Dundalk Bay after all that effort back going into the stalls, and Mukhtar blazes from the front. This is a very fast pace. They'll have Ray, a pacemaker, in third place behind Snowplant. Then comes Infantry and Outrider, a pacemaker for Law Society, race 4 and 5. Then comes Rising and Damister, followed by Sun Valley and Theatrical. A gap then to Triptyque, and the back marker trailing is Dundalk Bay. And they run through the first furlong, and next to the rails, it's Mukhtar in the lead, being pushed up on the outside. You can see there, that's Belle Havre. Just in between these comes Snowplant in third, then Outrider being pushed along, followed then by Theatrical, Law Society next to the rails, Damister and Leicester looking for ground on the outside. They've completed 4 furlongs, and it's now up on the inside. Snowplant, who has come through to dispute it, with Mukhtar in second place. Then, in fact, it's Belle Havre in second, Mukhtar back in third. Behind these, racing in 4th place, comes Outrider. 5th is Infantry, 6th is Law Society, 7th is Damister, 8th is Sun Valley, 9th is Rising, 10th Theatrical. Then comes Triptyque and Balamont, and last of all is Dundalk Bay. And Brough at this stage, Mukhtar the joint favourite in 4th place, going sweetly.
He's going very sweetly on this firm ground, very easily indeed, and quite clearly Yves Samana's not going to mess about here. I expect him to hit the front before the turn and go for it, and the others are really going to have to stretch in after him. Law Society is being driven, Damister's also being driven, and Mukhtar at the moment goes best.
But it's Snowplant with the call, with just over 4 to race. From Outrider in second, Mukhtar is third. Theatrical has made sweet progress up on the outside to race 4 on the outer, that is, of Theatrical. Triptyque has made good ground. Damister comes with a run, just over 3 to race in the Joe McGrath Irish Sweeps Derby, and it's Outrider who goes from home. And there's a bit of barging in behind there, with Mukhtar in the trouble there, with just over 3 to race. And it's Outrider, the leader, from Theatrical and Mukhtar. Then comes Infantry, with Damister trying to get in a run. Tailed off is Belle Havre, and Damister sweeps up on the outside as they turn for home. But Mukhtar now on an even keel with Theatrical and Damister, and Leicester going for everything now, with just over 2 to race on Damister nearest to us. Then Theatrical, Mukhtar next to the rails, not going to get a clear run. Infantry comes with a run. Triptyque throws down a challenge, as too does Law Society, but Theatrical with a call, just over a furlong to go. Theatrical next to the rails from Damister. Infantry finishing well, and so too finishing with everything flying is Law Society, but it's Law Society on the outside of Theatrical, and Law Society's going to get there. Law Society wins the Irish Sweeps Derby. Law Society is the winner. Theatrical in second, Damister just third from Infantry. Then came Triptyque and Balamont, a gap then to Mukhtar, who finished a disappointing 7th, and behind these came Dundalk Bay and Rising and Sun Valley. Back then to Snowplant, and last of all was Belle Havre. And so the result of this, the Joe McGrath Irish Sweeps Derby, it's a win for number 6, Law Society, owned by Mr. Stavros Niarchos, trained here in Ireland by Vincent O'Brien and ridden by Pat Edery. Second, I think we'll find, was number 13, Theatrical, ridden by Michael Kinane. And I think we'll find that third was Damister, ridden by Lester Biggott. Just held on in the photo for 3rd and 4th place. So, Vincent O'Brien, the man of the moment. His horses have been badly out of form, but today the horse came good with a power-packed finish.
4.000 D-Mark dotiert, 120.000 Mark gab es für den Sieger. Er, eines der 5 Gruppe 1 Rennen des deutschen Galopprennsports, und Akatenango aus dem Gestüt Fährhof lockten ungefähr 20.000 Zuschauer bei herrlichem Sommerwetter und idealen Bedingungen auf die Bahn. Akatenango, also der 4-jährige Hengst aus dem Gestüt Fährhof, hier haben wir ihn, war der große Favorit. Sein Name ist übrigens entlehnt worden einem Vulkan in Guatemala. In 9 Rennen in Folge ist dieser Hengst ungeschlagen. Er hat bis jetzt verdient 1.018.000 Mark und war zuletzt hoch erfolgreich, souverän, ganz leicht im großen Preis von Saint-Cloud gegen erstklassige internationale Gegnerschaft. Er wird geritten von dem 27-jährigen Georg Botschkai, dem dreimaligen deutschen Jockey-Champion, und hatte hier auf dem Grafenberg eigentlich überhaupt keine Gegner. Das ist Orfano, der Sieger im Unionrennen und 4. im deutschen Derby. Ein 3-Jähriger aus dem Gestüt Zoppenbruch, dem man am ehesten noch zutraute, dass er, na sagen wir mal, Akatenango auf den Zahn fühlen würde. Nicht zuletzt deswegen, weil er 7 Kilo weniger trug. Denn Akatenango musste 60 Kilogramm um die Bahn schleppen und Orfano als 3-Jähriger, der Ausschreibung des Rennens gemäß, 53 Kilogramm. Und das nun ist Theatrical, der ausländische Gast, der einzige übrigens, der diesem Rennen die internationale Note gab. Theatrical, ein Ire, der im vergangenen Jahr Zweiter zu Law Society, zu dem erstklassigen Law Society im irischen Derby war. In diesem Jahr war er nur einmal draußen und belegte in den renommierten Hartwig-Stinks nur den 7. Platz. Sicherlich eine undiskutable Leistung. Das nun ist von hinten gesehen der zweite dreijährige Oldtimer aus dem Gestüt Bona mit Andrzej Tylicki im Sattel. Und daneben sehen wir Love Letter aus dem Gestüt Ittlingen. Mit 5 Jahren schleppt er 60,5 Kilogramm und war zuletzt Dritter im großen Hansa-Preis. Der Start ist ausgezeichnet gelungen. Alle Pferde sind glatt aus der Maschine gekommen. Das Rennen ist von Anfang an sehr, sehr flott und an die Spitze setzt sich bei gutem Boden über die 2400 Meter Strecke Oldtimer aus dem Gestüt Bona mit Andrzej Tylicki und dahinter schon Akadenango im gelb-schwarzen Dress von Verhoef mit Georg Botschka im Sattel. Dann sehen wir Cassis mit Peter Remmert und dahinter auch Fano, auch den irischen Gast. Theatrical ist auszumachen. Das erste Mal an den Tribünen vorbei geht es in nach wie vor sehr, sehr guter Fahrt. An der Spitze also Gestüt Bonas Oldtimer, dahinter Akadenango, dann Theatrical und Orfano. Das Tempo, ich wiederhole es noch einmal, sehr, sehr schnell. Am Ende sollte die viertbeste Zeit mit 2 Minuten 27,74 Sekunden herauskommen. Und das ist genau nach dem Geschmack von Akadenango, der solche schnellen Rennen als Steher liebt. Solche Rennen, in denen er seine ganze Galoppade, seine ganze Aktion ausspielen kann und in der sich die Gegner die Hacken vom Leib laufen. Oldtimer also immer noch vorn, dahinter Akadenango, aber ganz leicht geritten, ohne angefasst zu werden. Natürlich jetzt noch nicht und vor allen Dingen nicht am Berg in Grafenberg von Georg Botschka. Oldtimer vorn, dann Akadenango, dahinter eine große Lücke. Es folgt Theatrical, dann Orfano, Cassis und dahinter sehen wir Love Letter. Aber vorn sind Oldtimer und Akadenango. Ganz leicht geht es den Berg hinauf und man hat den Eindruck, dass das eigentlich für Akadenango, der hier in Düsseldorf zum ersten Mal startet, aber die Höhen und Tiefen dieses nicht einfachen Kurses am Freitag in einer Arbeit ausgelotet hat, überhaupt keine Schwierigkeiten bereitet. Noch ist Oldtimer vorn, es geht in den Zielbogen heraus und in die kurze, etwa 400 Meter lange Gerade von Düsseldorf hinein. Oldtimer war eben noch vorn und jetzt geht Akadenango an die Spitze. Akadenango mit Georg Botschka ist vorn, aber Theatrical, der irische Gast mit dem 27-jährigen, zweimaligen irischen Champion Michael Kinnan ist zur Stelle und da geht ein Raunen durch die Menge. Kann Theatrical an Akadenango vorbeigehen? Nein, er hat ihm nur einmal ein bisschen auf die Pace gedrückt und dann wird Akadenango gefordert von Georg Botschka und geht weg und gewinnt leicht, nur mit den Händen geritten, den großen Preis von Berlin vor dem Iren Theatrical. Und der dritte war Orfano, 4. Oldtimer. Das Ergebnis also formgerecht. Akadenango vor Theatrical, Orfano und Oldtimer. Hier sehen wir noch einmal die Zeitlupe. Theatrical in diesem Moment geschlagen. Akadenango wird leicht nach Hause geritten, siegt den großen Preis von Berlin, gewinnt 120.000 D-Mark. Zweiter Theatrical, dritter der dreijährige Orfano und 4. Oldtimer. Wie gesagt, ein Ergebnis, das der Form gerecht wurde. Akadenango hat also die Hoffnungen der vielen, die hier auf ihn gesetzt haben, in vollem Umfang erfüllt. Er hat 60 Kilogramm im Rennen um die Bahn geschleppt und er hat sie als erster nach Hause getragen. Das ist sicherlich eine sehr, sehr bemerkenswerte Leistung. Und dieser leichte Sieg des Hengstes wird die Umgebung von
The 1986 Oak Tree Invitational showcased one of the shortest priced horses in the history of the race. The coupling of Alan Paulson's front-running mare Estropod and the talented European import Theatrical.
Homeward bound. Estropod's going to have to reach down deep and find more. Theatrical is chasing her home on the outside, but Estropod keeps on finding more at the rail. Theatrical not going to get to her, and what a magnificent mare this. Unbelievable. Estropod wire to wire in the Oak Tree Invitational.
Both Estropod and stablemate Theatrical went on to the Breeders' Cup.
Sure. These colours are the same jockey Yves Saint Martin won the first Breeders' Cup turf with Lashkari. It's not impossible it would happen again.
Leroy Jolly trains Manila. The 3-year-old has won 7 of 9 this year.
He's a tough horse. This is last time winning the Turf Classic at Belmont. But the key is on the rail, a horse called Damister, a European who's not that highly rated. So the European Big Manila is there to be taken today.
Estrapad is a supplemental entry, trained by Charlie Whittingham, owned by Alan Paulson. Winner of the Arlington Million this year, and Ruff, you were there.
What's vital about this run is that she can go all the way. She'll attack off the turn. She's going to be very, very hard to catch.
And then there is Dancing Brave, the 3-year-old colt bred by the Glen Oak Farm in Kentucky. Winner of 6 of 7 this year in Great Britain and France. Ruff, is this the wonder horse?
Yes, not just the best horse in Europe, one of the best we've ever seen. When he closes, nothing can escape.
Crossing that dirt track on this turf course.
I think that would have more effect on the American horses not being here, because the European horses have had more experience running over different types of surfaces with paths across their courses and things of that nature. So the American horses will probably look at this track, the main track, as they're crossing it a lot more than the European horses would.
So those who feel that the Europeans would be at a disadvantage, they're used to the unusual undulations and crossing paths where the American horses, this is unique in the United States. Loading them up, they'll come down that sweeping turn, no right-hand turn in this race for $2 million. The winner, $900,000.
And you know, Dick, I heard an interesting story about Dancing Brave. They didn't know how tough to go on his training, so they weighed him to see just exactly how much weight he had lost, and that was the determining factor in their training schedule. He had lost a few pounds.
15 pounds in the quarantine. Here's Tom Durkin.
They're in the gate, and they're off. And Manila comes away quickly for the lead, and there goes Estrapad. Toro puts her on the lead as they race into the first turn. Toward the inside, Theatrical now racing second. Duty Dance is there on the outside, with Manila in between them as they make their way around the first turn. It's Estrapad. She's out there by a length and a half, and Theatrical is giving chase in second. Duty Dance has been placed just off the lead on the outside third. Manila tucked along the inside fourth. The favorite, Dancing Brave, is fifth on the outside. Pillister is now sixth toward the rail in Ivor's Image as they cross over the dirt track. Then farther back, Dahar, and the trailer is Darara as the field passes us now for the first time. A mile to run in the Breeders' Cup Turf, and it's Estrapad. She's out there moving easily on the lead. Theatrical is in hand second. Manila in unhurried third. Duty Dance is fourth. Darara out of trouble and on the outside. Pillister is in tight toward the rail. And then it's Ivor's Image. Dancing Brave is just in behind them. He's only 6 lengths off Estrapad as they move into the turn. And Dahar is the trailer. A slow pace. 47-2 for the first quarter. And it's Estrapad bounding along with an unchallenged lead. And Darara has moved into second. Theatrical tucked along the inside third by 3.5. Manila is racing fourth. And Dancing Brave is moving steadily now. Fifth on the outside. They continue their run up the backstretch. 3 quarters and 1, 11-1. And it's still Estrapad unchallenged. Darara moving in closer. Theatrical toward the inside, and Dancing Brave has asked for more now. And he's making his move with a half-mile to run. He's moved within 3.5 lengths of Estrapad. Manila toward the inside is racing in 5th position. Then Ivor's Image followed by Pillister. Duty Dance. Dahar's the trailer. And Estrapad has something left now. Estrapad is there by length and a half. Theatrical is racing second. Manila moving through toward the inside. Dancing Brave poised for the stretch drive on the outside fourth. Darara has dropped out of it as the field turns for home. Theatrical coming after Estrapad. Theatrical and Estrapad matching strides. Theatrical by a head. Estrapad game coming back toward the inside. Manila is third, and Dancing Brave has been defeated, and they're coming to the wire, and it's Theatrical. Manila coming after him. Manila on the outside, and yes, Manila gets there in the final strides, and jubilant Jose Santos. They were set down for the drive. Theatrical took over from Entremate. Estrapad at the top of the lane, but Manila in a perfectly judged ride, a masterful ride by a master, Jose.
Had to be a thriller at Santa Anita with Manila and Theatrical head and head to the wire.
And there are the unofficial results. Manila, Theatrical, Estrapad with a favorite, Dancing Brave, finishing fourth. Interestingly,
moving into line. 2 more to move in, and we'll have the 7th running of this $1 million event, the Budweiser Arlington Million. Glaros, one of the long shots, ready to take his place in the starting gate. And we're ready for the start of the Arlington Million. And they're off. Manila on the inside, quickly going for the lead along with Theatrical. Forlatano along the inside is next. Then comes Spellbound. Middle of the racetrack, Explosive Darling. Now passing the stands for the first time. 3 of them battle for the early lead. From between horses, it's Theatrical. On the outside, it's Glaros. And at the rail, that's Forlatano. Under the wire the first time, a mile to go. On the outside, that's Spellbound getting to the front by a head. At the rail, it's Forlatano in second. From between horses, Theatrical is third. Cordero content to sit in fourth toward the inside, with Manila fourth by 3 parts of a length. On the outside, Rivlia is fifth. At the rail, the roan colt Sherud with Pinkai is sixth at this point. Then 3 back to Explosive Darling, and Glaros is the trailer as they straighten away down the backstretch. It's Forlatano and Gary Bays in front by half a length. Theatrical between horses, Spellbound on the outside. Those 3 tightly bunched, with Manila right there in fourth and Theatrical on the outside fifth. Sherud at the rail, saving ground in sixth. 2.5 back, that's Explosive Darling, and Glaros trails. Down the backstretch after a slow quarter in 48 and 2/5 and 3/4 in 1:13 and 3. Forlatano on the inside hangs tough, but there goes Theatrical now taking command. Theatrical off to lead it by 3 parts of a length. Forlatano is second. Cordero looks for racing room between horses with Manila. On the outside, Rivlia with Chris McCarran is on the move. As they move to the top of the stretch, here comes Manila, boldly moving through on the inside. Cordero finds room, cuts the corner and takes command. The champ is back in the lead, and Manila has the lead by 2.5 lengths. Pinkai puts Sherud in gear at the rail as the roan colt takes second, and down the stretch they come. Manila draws off to lead it by 3. Pinkai giving chase with Sherud in second. Theatrical is third. Coming to the wire in the Budweiser Arlington Million, it's Manila grabbing it by 2.5 lengths. Sherud was second by 4.
In the gate. And they're off. And quickly, it's Cordero sending Great Communicator right to the front. Sir Harry Lewis now trying to stick with him early. Bint Pasha showing good speed early, and Theatrical was out fast now. He's been placed off the lead on the outside fourth. Swink has come away running fifth at the rail. Storm on the Loose is alongside him. Rivlia is now racing seventh in between horses. Vilsack on the outside. Alay Malord is nestled down on the rail. Following him, it is Village Star now, who's running in ninth position. And next in line, Trempolino, the arc winner. He's at least 15 lengths off the pace. Louis Legrand is far back, along with the 2 trailers, Autumn Glitter, and alongside that one, it's Circus Prince. So they pass us for the first time. There's a mile left, and Cordero trying to nurse the speed of Great Communicator. The half went in 47 and 1. Great Communicator is out there winging as the field moves into the second turn. The Irish Derby winner, Sir Harry Lewis, is tucked along the inside, saving ground in second. Bint Pasha is third. Theatrical is still 7 lengths off the lead as they round the second turn, and he's beginning to move steadily now. And Swink to his inside is running in 5th position. Vilsack on the outside, 6th. Storm on the Loose in hand, racing in 7th. Louis Legrand is moving steadily on the outside, and Trempolino is asked for run from Pat Edery now, and there goes Trempolino. And quickly they're gaining on the front, running Great Communicator. Theatrical makes his move on the outside. Sir Harry Lewis toward the rail. Bint Pasha, 4 of them across the track, and here comes Trempolino to join the fray on the outside. They are a half a mile out. Sir Harry Lewis by a head. Theatrical full out and moving right with him. Great Communicator trying to stay with them in third, and they are tracked by Trempolino in 4th position. Louis Legrand is moved up in the pack. He's 5th on the outside. Then toward the rail, it's Alay Malord now. He's looking for racing room and comes out for it. Vilsack is just 5 lengths off the lead. And Theatrical has power to the front now as the field turns for home. The arc winner taking aim on the outside. Trempolino set down for the drive. Trempolino taking the lead, a furlong from the wire. But Theatrical has game, and he's coming right back. The American, the European, and it is Theatrical in front. Trempolino driving hard, full out as he's trying to get him. And here is the wire, and Theatrical has won it. Absolutely spectacular. What more could you ask for? One of America's greatest
grass performers, Theatrical and Hero in the Breeders' Cup Turf.
Oh, brilliantly dramatic and a great call. Tom Durkin as Theatrical making its bid for Horse of the Year. The 5-year-old Irish bred able to hold off, stave off Trempolino. We were waiting for that shot down the stretch, but Theatrical was good enough to take it and win this $2 million Breeders' Turf. Let's go back to the top of the stretch.
And it was a typical Pat Day ride. He took the lead. He let the competition, Trempolino, come to him. Trempolino on the outside, Theatrical on the rail. Into the stretch, Trempolino will get a short lead. But Pat Day has got plenty of horse left. He comes right back along the rail, and it'll be Theatrical with Pat Day never drawing his stick. And finally gets a tap from Day and wins it by about half a length. Great ride by Pat Day, didn't you think, Gary?
That was a beautiful ride by Pat. Just as you said before, it's a typical Pat Day ride. He let Trempolino come to him in mid-stretch and uncorked his horse and just jerked the heart out of Trempolino. It was beautiful.
Pat Day with his second win today. And this was the horse, remember, where we had the argument during the week between two millionaires, Bertram Firestone and Alan Paulson, what silks would be worn by Day on Theatrical, and they settled it. As men should. Paulson said, I'm buying you out. And he will greet the winner of this $2 million turf.
Well, we know he's going to go to the breeding shed, too, this coming year. He's done a great job with this horse.
All right, Dick. 2 winners today for Pat Day, 4 in the 4 Breeders' Cup, so he is the #1 in that regard. What a great call by Tom Durkin. Here it is again. Theatrical and Trempolino.
On the outside. They are a half a mile out. Sir Harry Lewis by a head. Theatrical full out and moving right with him. Great communicator trying to stay with them in third. And they are tracked by Trempolino in 4th position. Louis Legrand has moved up in the pack. He's 5th on the outside. Then toward the rail, it's Alain Milord now. He's looking for racing room and comes out for it. Vilsack is just 5 lengths off the lead. And Theatrical has powered to the front now as the field turns for home. The arc winner taking aim on the outside. Trempolino set down for the drive. Trempolino taking the lead. A furlong from the wire. But Theatrical has game and he's coming right back. The American, the European, and it is Theatrical in front. Trempolino driving hard. Full out and determined to get him. And here is the wire. And Theatrical has won it. Absolutely spectacular. What more could you ask for? One of America's greatest grass performers, Theatrical and Hero.
And there's Pat Day, and the irony of that duel down the stretch, Trempolino from Europe, from France, bred in Kentucky, finishes 2nd, Theatrical, and Tom Durkin's call, representing the United States, but bred in Ireland. And Pat Day, Bill Shoemaker once said, who most resembles you in the way he handles a horse, so quietly sitting atop those powerful mounts? He said, Pat Day.
And with us now,
Happy. Theatrical, the official winner, coupled in the betting with Louis Legrand, the entry paying $560, $320, and $280. Trempolino a game 2nd. Village Star was 3rd. The time 2 minutes 24 2/5 equals the course record.
Mile-and-a-half turf, and for the first time, the favorites are on the top of the list.
And Theatrical and Trempolino much the best of that field. As you see, the complete order of finish, the first 7. With Autumn Glitter in there in 7th, Alain Milord 8th, Circus Prince Sir Harry Lewis, the classic Irish Derby winner, and Bent Pasha, who had the rough trip over, finishes last in the turf.